boy is Benny Hanna.
Alright YouTube, and we're back. So day 3 now, day 3, or episode 3 shall I say, of lockdown living. So yeah, today, as you can probably tell by the title, it won't it won't be involving this as much as some of you would probably like. Obviously 12th of April coming up now, not only a gym's opening but also pub gardens. So yeah, if you want to see another video, maybe go to the other side of the of YouTube. But yeah, let's get started, guys. So what I thought was the best way in terms of splitting it up was to put it into 5 stages that kind of consist down a ladder. Starting off, it's going to begin with goals. I think setting yourself a short term, and by short term I'm talking 1 week, 2 weeks, setting yourself a short term goal for a long term benefit. And what do I mean by that? So what I'm trying to say is, let's say your goal is to do 100 kg on a bench. That's your the long-term benefit you're trying to reap from the goals that you're setting yourselves. If you tell yourself, and you're on what, 70, 80 kg, if you tell yourself now, right, that's my goal, I have to get 100 kg, it's far less achievable than telling yourself, right, I'm on 80 kg, I need to get to 85 kg by the end of the week. That is a hell of a lot more achievable in your mind, because naturally you're now thinking the actual goal that I had in priority is the 85. It's not the 100 that it would have been if you told yourself it was just one long goal. So split it up into chunks. Set yourself almost milestones, if you like. Set yourself a milestone in between each part. So if I was talking about bench for my example, 85, 90 next week, 95, hit the 100 mark. That would be way more beneficial for you, especially when you're coming back into the gym as well, because it can be quite daunting at times. So making sure that you're having short, specific and realistic goals. As I said before, 1 week to 2 weeks, and then in turn you'll see that long-term benefit and that long-term reward. Stage 2 of the cycle is something that you can actually act on today within your household. It doesn't involve any equipment or anything, and that's going to be your nutrition. Setting yourself up to take in the right nutrients for your body to develop in the right way possible, depending on your goal. Making sure that you give yourself, because obviously a week probably isn't enough to set yourself up, but it's going to be a hell of a lot better than just eating the same food that you've been eating all this time without going to the gym, and then going back in and feeling like you can't get started, you can't get going. It's because you're not providing yourself with the, as I say, the nutrition that you need. So for me, work out what your goal is. As I said, that's why it links on from number 1. If your goal is to lose weight, for example, obviously you're going to be in that calorie deficit. So you need to make sure that you're picking out the foods and the right choices that are going to suit you. Whereas for someone else, if they're in the calorie surplus, for example, and they want to put on size, it's completely different. So yeah, as I say, nutrition is going to be massive with that, and you can definitely just kickstart it at home. Hopefully this video will be coming out with about a week before the gym's open. So as I say, use that time to provide your body with the fuel it needs and get used to that fuel, to then use it in the best way possible for when you're training and when you're back in the gym. Tip 3, or stage 3, shall I say, is a bit more of a sort of realization point. It's got to do with perspective, which I think is absolutely massive, especially nowadays with social media and whatnot. You see these certain physiques, certain body weights, certain body types, and you look at them and instantly you're like, okay, I have to look like that to be accepted into this circle or into this bubble or into this gym or into whatever example you have in your mind. Everyone starts somewhere, and I think perspective is a massive part of that. So you've got to make sure in your head you don't get it twisted that it's going to be too hard for you because you're not at the starting point that he was on, or you're not at the starting point that she was on. Using those stages that I told you about before, that's what's going to help you progress, and that's what's going to make the perspective of where I'm at compared to where I could be a lot more aligned. Especially for first timers as well, they come in with this mindset of, okay, when I train I'm going to look like this guy that I follow, I'm going to look like her, and I follow her and I think she's great and I really want to look like her. And you'll find that it doesn't work like that, but you will definitely reap the rewards of your own genetic potential, and you'll see it. And as I say, in some cases you might have better points than they do, or you might have worse points than they do, but you just have to accept that, and then if it is worse, try and work on it as much as you can. So for a lot of you, April the 12th is going to be the day where you're going back to work, and obviously it will also be the day where the gyms are reopening. For me, that is exactly what's happening. I'm going back to work on April the 12th, and I'll also be training on April the 12th. And there's a link. That's the point. If you didn't pick it up, it's going to be combining the days where you're working, where you have to get up no matter what because you have to work, because you have to get paid, combining that day with I have to go to the gym because I have to get the physique I want, or I have to attain to where I want to get to. Make that first day back into the office, or make that first day back into your job, step foot, and then think, right, okay, if I can make that first day back into work, why can't I make that first day back into the gym? Make it consistent, make it repetitive, to make it almost an addiction, if you like. It's going to be something that comes just in parallel. They're going to be working in alignment, basically. And that's only going to help if you can do it on that first day. Make it the first priority. The second you finish work, or if you like to do it beforehand, make sure you get it done, because then it's going to come hand in hand, and it's going to become so much easier for you in the process down the line. Now, stage 5 is going to be all about having fun, and that's a massive part of it. Will you have fun all the time? No. I can assure you don't, because obviously at the end of the day you need to make progress, and to make progress you need to push yourself outside the comfort zone. Is pushing yourself outside the comfort zone fun? You can answer that for yourself. I don't need to give you the answer to that. But will it make you a better individual afterwards? I believe it will, 100%. And that only comes down to having those fun elements involved. Because if it was all hard work 24/7, you're always going to be more likely to give up. And especially talking from a first timer perspective, if you push them into the deep end too hard, they're going to drown. And that's an analogy that really does suit this part. And then vice versa, on the flip side, making it more enjoyable is only going to lead to obviously more time spent in the gym, more time progressing, more time carrying on, and just getting better as an individual, really. And I think if you can follow all these 5 stages, staying as consistent as possible for the next week, setting yourself up in the right mindset to get out there and get smashing the sessions out, then yeah, you're only going to be set in the right path. And hopefully, because the sunshine's starting to come out, and the days are getting lighter and longer, hopefully it should give you a little bit more time to crack on with your sessions and get them done. Alright guys, and there we have it. So thank you very much for watching as always. If you haven't, make sure to like and subscribe all down below, and I will see you lot in the next video. Peace out.